Mr. Chair and members of the Contract Audit Committee, I'm going to give a brief overview of the bid proposals, and then it's up to this committee to pick a bidder for the contracted 911 audit for 2023. State law requires post-audit to conduct an audit of the 911 system to determine whether the monies received by public safety answering points are being used appropriately, whether the amount of monies collected is adequate, and the status of 911 service implementation across the state. State law made provisions for this audit work to be contracted out using legislative post-audit's contracting process, and for the Contract Audit Committee to award the contract. We issued an IFB. We have received 2 bid proposals, one from Brevitz Consulting Services, which I will refer to as Brevitz, and one from Bauknight, Pietras, and Stormer, which I will refer to as BPS. The 2 bid proposals are listed on Attachment A with a summary. In accordance with the Legislative Post-Audit Act, we are referring the 2 bid proposals for consideration by this committee. The comments below relate to the review and evaluation of those bid proposals by me. First of all, both proposals met all the mandatory requirements in the bid proposal in the IFB. Second, regarding firm qualifications, both proposals scored well for firm qualifications, but there's a few differences. Brevitz has experience with the Kansas 911 systems as well as broadband and rate-setting reviews. Brevitz conducted the 2018 Kansas 911 audit. That was the last one completed. Brevitz has conducted a number of performance audits in other states relating to broadband deployment, rate and fee setting cases. For this project, Brevitz is teaming with 2 consultants who have extensive telecommunications experience. BPS, on the other hand, has experience with 911 system audits in Illinois, Missouri, South Carolina, and Kansas, but all were in 2016 or earlier. They said the lack of recent 911 audit work is due to a decline in the number of 911 system evaluations being requested by states. Further, many of their recent engagements have been financial audits and not performance audits. BPS plans to partner with Weichel and Company, who is a telecommunications regulatory consulting firm. Brevitz scored higher than BPS on firm qualifications. Both firms have experience with the state of Kansas as well as with 911 systems. Brevitz reported having more experience with performance audits or evaluations of 911 systems in recent years and thus scored higher. Regarding staff qualifications, this is where the 2 firms differed a bit more dramatically. Brevitz engagement partner has experience in conducting audits of 911 systems in the past 5 years. The engagement partner brings experience having conducted the Kansas 911 system in 2018, and the engagement partner and field supervisor have experience conducting performance audits in the last 5 years. BPS key staff do not have experience in conducting audits of 911 systems within the past 5 years. However, the engagement partner and the field supervisor both have extensive experience performing 911 system audit studies prior to 2016, and both have performance audit experience in the past 5 years. While both firms have experienced staff to commit the audit, the Brevitz team reported a fair amount more experience with performance audits, and hence the difference in scores. Regarding fee, the estimated hours between the 2 firms did not vary significantly, but the fees differed. Brevitz's proposed fee was $78,800 and estimated 438 hours to complete the work. BPS proposed fee was $95,000 with 400 estimated hours. As far as references, I called 2 references from each contractor. Both bidders received positive references with no concerns noted from prior work they had done. So overall, both firms have experience with 911 systems and with the Kansas 911 system. The firms scored closely in firm qualifications and fee. The distinguishing difference between the 2 was the score for staff qualifications. Brevitz's key staff have more recent experience with 911 systems and more performance audit experience. BPS has experience with 3 other engagements that were similar to Kansas 911 systems, but all were dated 2016 or earlier. Many of BPS' recent engagements have been financial audits and not performance audits. The 911 Act is scheduled to be reviewed again at the 2024 regular legislative session. The information contained in the report from this audit may influence decisions made regarding the 911 Act during next session. Therefore, it needs to be relevant and clear. Legislative post-audit recommends awarding the engagement to Brevitz Consulting based on the overall score. I would say that one contractor is here in person and the other is online, if you all have any questions for either bidder.
Any questions? Seeing no questions.
We need a motion to pick a winner.
Director Profit?
I would move the committee move forward with awarding the contract to Brevitz Consulting based on both the cost and the large score difference.
Seconded by Senator Ware. Any discussion? Seeing none. All in favor say aye. Aye. All against say no. Motion passes. That's it. We're adjourned.